the best version of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I intentionally try to make sure that my next work is my best work. And that can create a level of pressure if that is not what's being understood by the people that experience this shit outside of me. But does their perception play a role? I won't say it does because like I'm gonna understand my album's concept and I'm gonna understand my album's purpose before anybody else even get it in their hand. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm looking at this album's concept and this album's purpose prior to the drop, I'm comparing it to the message that I'm trying to give out to the world. And that's what I originally gauged the shit around. I mean, yeah, bro, like I'm telling you, Cole, he just articulated that shit perfectly. Like a nigga, like I'm really just I'm cooking with intention as far as a direction, but sometimes the concept of how the entire album is gonna be packaged, that shit don't even come until later. Once you get it all together and you're like, okay, damn. Like very rarely do I say, okay, album about trees, track one, you did what I'm saying, leaves, track two, seeds. You know what I mean? Like I don't write shit like that out. I feel like that's almost a realization that's happening, you feel me, throughout the process. So like, yeah, man, like sometimes when you're making shit and you feel as if it may or may not be giving off the whole entire message, and you may not be satisfied with you honestly may not just be satisfied with the process you went through of making the song. I feel like the songs be hard, but like how I'm feeling in that moment or how my life is feeling around the time I'm putting that project together, that shit also plays a major role in how much I like the shit. Because like some of my quote unquote favorite albums, and my nigga, I don't even have a discography like that to get to talk about favorite albums because I slick like all my shit because it's showing my progression. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, man, that's a process, dog. It's just it's just being observant and being aware about how you're feeling in those moments and then comparing that to how do you feel after that process. So if I was weird and anxious while creating the album and then that motherfucker come out and I start hearing the weird and anxious cues because I've listened to myself so much, I can be like, yeah, I might not. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not fuck with that, or I won't even say I don't fuck with that. You did what I'm saying? It'll just more so be like, all right, this is the drop versus, hey man, this next shit that I got coming out gonna change the world. Like it's two totally different tones. But because of, like again going back to my previous statement, bro, like I don't have a major discography like that. It be niggas out here with like 10, 20 albums. Like the 4 or 5 albums that I have, I like all of them bitches. I feel like they were great benchmarks in where I was creatively. Um, so I mean, how you process that shit, bro? It's you getting your reps in. That's all it really is. In the same way you like to goddamn step back and take a look in the mirror to see how many gains you done got. I feel like that's what putting a project together is. It's that look in the mirror and say, damn, my nigga, my tricep is defined in the motherfucker. Okay, I'm doing good in those exercises. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, that's that self-realization just coming back to, what you had to go through to just to even get to a point to where you were willing to push that shit out. So that's kind of where I be at with it, bro. It's kind of like it's a reflection thing. And if in the reflection I can't see the gains that I want to see, I may feel less passionate about that project.
Let me ask you this though, because I remember you bringing up, and I took everything that you just said in, and
No,
one
you
thing
good.
that comes to my mind is the word conviction. I remember before you was like, I use my pen and I'm saying these words with conviction.
Hmm.
What does that mean to you now, especially with your new project coming up?
My words matter, and I understand the role that I may play. in the development of the bigger picture, in the development of the world. Um, so it's like it's just speaking with a sense of responsibility. Even though I'm expressing myself and I don't have to express myself the way other people may want me to express myself, I feel like once I've done the inner work to be able to articulate the shit that I've grown through or grown from, I have to be doing it in a manner to where I'm presenting this shit to people who may also need help articulating what they're trying to get out of or what they're facing and may have them at a standstill. So the conviction is absolutely tied to the responsibility of the music, bro.
Like further elaborate though, could you like I'm sorry. Could you further elaborate though on that? Like, what are some of your morals that you're wanting to upheld now? Like, is it something that's new? Because when you was telling me this, like, you was saying it, and this was like off camera. You was saying like you're talking to yourself nowadays. You're not disciplining people, you know what I'm saying? You're not, going at people
Facts.
specifically.
Facts.
You're more so going at yourself. And I just kind of want the audience, because I want the audience to know what that means. You know what I'm saying? From an artist like in your caliber. Like I just want them to learn a little bit more about that.
So in reference to the conviction and in reference to um like me talking to myself, bro, like I said, like it's all of this shit is reflection. As I'm expressing myself, like I got to give you an analogy. It's kind of like watching football film, bro. Like when I'm out there on the field and I'm actually taking these steps and I'm doing these actions, all of that shit is just natural instinct based off of what I've spent time preparing myself for. So like if it's 3rd and 7 and I haven't done any catching drills that week and these niggas need me to do a goddamn post route to the right, you gonna see whether or not I put that time in. And then when I watch that film back, I'm gonna see that performance and be like, damn, may have tried like there was no covering that up. Like that's the gap. So bringing that to the music, like as I'm just taking a look at everything that's happening around me, bro, and honestly just taking a look at myself and how I'm reacting to these situations, like that's what I feel like I have to address because everybody's watching the film. Not everybody's on the field. Not everybody is seeing that shit up close, but everybody is watching the film. And nigga, what we used to say back in the high school days, nigga, the eye in the sky don't lie. I know AI has recently, helped niggas develop the ability to make themselves look like they're making plays that never happen. That's lame as hell, but like the eye in the sky don't lie. So if I'm watching the eye in the sky to peak my performance, but then at the same time, I'm putting in the work to prepare my performance to look a certain way, I would be wasting time addressing anything outside of what I know I should be contributing to the bigger picture because that's what I have to answer for. Like that's what I'm responsible for. At least that's what motherfuckers who are leaning in my direction and listening to what I'm saying and respecting my words. Like this is all they have to consume is what I'm putting out there. So what I'm putting out there has to be a representation of the inner work that I'm doing. So like if I'm speaking on some shit, again, it's in reference to how I have witnessed myself react to a certain situation. And it's also me telling myself the things I needed to hear in that moment to make sure I don't do that shit again. So it's a counseling session, nigga. It's me sitting on the couch and shrinking within myself. Like, I'm the nigga sitting in the chair and my brain is the one that's laid back on the couch with my heart next to it. Like, and I'm damn near asking questions like, okay, so did you like what bro and them did? Hell no, that was some fuck shit. As a matter of fact, I can't even believe niggas had the goddamn. I can't even believe niggas had the audacity to behave that way. As a matter of fact, if I was in that position, this is what I would have did. Or if I would have ever think that that shit was okay, this is what I need to hear to make sure I don't go down that path.
I don't think a lot of people are catching on, but like I'm catching on to that, and I'm holding on to every word. I remember catching one of your IG lives. You know what I'm saying? You would go on IG live like every day, especially with the promotion of your did we call it an EP or an album? Which one did you decide, dog? Was that an EP or an album, bro? The Trail by Fire.
Trial by Fire was an album
Okay, that was
for
the
sure.
album. Okay, for sure. All right, y'all. Trail by Fire. We're getting it first. Finally, Trail and I'm speaking with John West. Y'all can watch what I did before, but anyway, we got him here live now. Trail by Fire is an album. Right. And I remember you going on IG Live and you was telling people, the audience, you was like, I can look at things from three different perspectives and I can like live within those three different perspectives to like make the best decision. Do you
Right.
still remember that conversation?
Briefly, but I mean, it's kind of how it's kind of how I regularly process shit. So that's uh that's definitely the truth.
Because that's basically what I'm hearing now. Like you're able to tap in to like experiences that you had, and instead of looking at it from the paradigm or the perspective of the person who committed that atrocity, you're able to look at it from as if it was you, even though it wasn't even you. Like I don't know how do you do that, but like I just want people to understand in like simple terms. That's what you're talking about. You're able to put yourself in a position of a person who done you wrong and be able to say, hey, if I was looking at me, these are the things I would say to myself if I made those type of actions. Am I wrong, or just clarify if I'm wrong?
No, I mean that's exactly what's happening, bro. That's what I mean by you know it taking a look at the expression, which is the music, and then reflecting by comparing that shit to you feel me what it is I've experienced or what it is I've engaged in, and then understanding like what needs to be said or what needs to be done moving forward. So that's honestly the cycle of every one of my albums. Um, like when you think about the music and when you think about what this shit is pushing out, bro, like it's all identity. Like my music is an extension of my identity. So if I ask myself what my identity is, if I ask myself what do I want to align myself with the principles and values, I figure those out. Once those have been defined, every experience that I'm taking in, that shit is literally going through the goddamn assembly line. And if one of them motherfuckers hit, like if one of the principles or the values have been crossed or compromised, I now have to ask questions, and I also got to hold myself responsible to address it, or I would literally be folding on what it is I stand on. So it's constant questions, answers, and realizations. That's literally what's happening, like within the songs, within the music, for real. Are we live, man?
I just want to give people the opportunity to know who we talking to. We are live, so I just
Okay,
want to,
bet.
yeah, exactly.
How
Bet,
y'all
let's get
doing,
it,
man?
dog.
Listen, my name is John West. I'm an artist from Jacksonville. That boy Dojo trying to be sneaky. I would love to introduce myself. I'm down here in Jacksonville. Been going crazy for a little while. Your friendly neighborhood Spider Man, man. I don't cause too many problems, but I definitely address what needs to be addressed. And I'm a believer in truth, man. That's kind of all I really be doing. If you take a listen to my music, if you watch my content, if you peep the momentum, it's just all about just being honest about where you are and then being vulnerable enough to ask the questions around the uncertainty. That is kind of like the foundation of everything that I do. And that shit shows in my songs and my verses. And if you meet me in person, you feel me? That's the same kind of vibe. But a pleasure to be here, bro. Thank you for having me on for real.
Nah, I'm honored, man. I'm honored for real, for real. If y'all don't know, John West is the blueprint. He's the reason why I'm basically doing these interviews in a sense. Like I listened to his album. His album gave me the courage to even get on camera, to get on audio and say, hey, I'm doing a live music review. John West's Trail by Fire was the first album review I ever done. It inspired me, and I actually enjoyed myself doing it, and that's what made me continuously do it. This was same time last year, bro. So this is legit a full circle moment. Like I listened to Trail by Fire last year around the same time,
It's
and we're
crazy.
now having the interview. You know what I'm saying? John West did not know me from a can of paint. He didn't even know I existed. I was just a person who was a fan, of his music and an authentic fan, not just no fake fan. I
Nah,
just want
that
to say
boy was
one
tapped
thing.
in. That boy was tapped in 100%.
No, my girl used to be mad, bro. She's like, "You don't know John West." I'm like, babe, trust the process, babe. Like, but no, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. You said something. You said you the Spider Man, right? Did you mean to say that, or what? Did you say you Spider Man in this
Nah,
particular universe, or what's up? I just want to clarify.
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, dog. It's just it's honestly just a it's me attaching myself to the it's me attaching myself to the hero image, wanting to be the savior, but then understanding that you feel me. In order to do that, it takes a level of masking to do that shit on a grand level. Like Peter Parker can't walk out here being Peter Parker. You get what I'm saying? Because then the things that he hold dear, when in while trying to be a hero, Peter Parker can't walk around being Peter Parker because the things that he hold dear, you feel me, they'll be at risk. We seen what happened to Aunt May. You did what I'm saying? Goddamn, Uncle Ben got shot up, which fueled the rage and honestly created the hero. So like the hero complex, that shit was in response to him dealing with some shit. But then at the same time, if you watch the Spider-Man movies, you see the inner turmoil that he has trying to maintain the quote unquote hero image. So like, the intentions are there. Niggas is gifted to stop crime. It's almost like it's calling, but at the same time, his personal life can suffer if he's not weighing his options the right way. So I feel like that's the similarities. And then just goddamn, just being an alien in general, bro. You know, me not being from Jacksonville, I always felt like, there was a distance between, me and the average artist or the average person because I don't know what's going on around here. I didn't grow up with niggas. You know what I mean? Like I don't have cliques that I've known for decades supporting what the fuck I got going on. Like everything has literally just been, you feel me, on some Spider-Man shit. Everything has literally just been a heroic act that went successful. And now, you feel me, I'm worth believing in. It's a motherfucking New York right now. I feel like Spider-Man be on foot like straight bullshit. But then one day when that nigga falling off the bridge and Spider-Man swoop in and scoop his ass, he gonna feel like he damn near God. And it's only because of what he was gifted with. So it's like, yeah. No, it's only because of where I'm from, bro. And me just adapting to being an outsider here, even though I've been here for years. Like that shit still is still present. It's still like a distance, which it should be. You did what I'm saying? Like I would love for, you know, like the growth to kind of close the gap, but I still have to accept the fact that this is a foreign market almost, and everything that I'm doing, is just in conjunction with everything that's already been happening.
And I just want to piggyback by saying the parallels between you being Spider Man and Jacksonville being Gotham City. If people don't know, Jacksonville is
That nigga was
Gotham
in New
City.
York. Tighten up.
Yeah,
That nigga was in New York.
but no, no,
Batman in Gotham.
no, for sure, like and like for real, like we call Jacksonville Gotham City, bro, and like we got a lot of bats here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of people that's up at night, dog. And like the reason I want to bring that up is because like with Spider Man, I'm not too sure of Spider Man's lore, and you can help me on this. Do you feel like Spider Man? And I'm not saying the character sense. I'm also talking about you in the John West sense. Do you feel like Spider Man saved the people who he wants? Like, do he pick and choose who he save, or do he try to save everybody? So that's me asking John West. Do you pick and choose who you save, or do you try to save everybody?
I feel like it's everybody. I feel like any decision that I've made has just come from an experience that made me view shit differently. Um, I've come to terms with the fact that I can't save everybody, but that don't mean that a nigga won't try. I mean, like feel like I can do anything, dog. Like I like me in all situations. I like John West in all situations. So it's like there's no level of there's no level of chaos that I can't overcome. And like when I'm facing this shit like on from a like from I guess from like a people's perspective. Like nigga, I walk in the room, you feel me? Chin held high. I don't run from any animosity. If I'm ever not there, it's most likely because a nigga just had higher responsibilities. Like it's not like it's not like I cut motherfuckers off or like I'm allowing niggas to die for lack of a better phrase. It's just more so like, you know, in the attempt to save everyone, I got to realize that I can't. And then I just continue to make the decisions that I can and just capitalize on the bitches and just go all the way. For those that I can show up for, I show up and I show out.
Nah, I got some more questions for you, bro. I just want to play one of your songs though, okay?
I,
Let me know if you can hear it.
Consciousness and intelligence are very different things. You don't have to be smart to suffer, but you probably do have to be alive. Consciousness has less to do with pure intelligence and more to do with our nature as living and breathing organisms.
Look, been a cool nigga, never tried to be in the way. But the gift that God gave me had me all in their face. Why that simple job paid me for my day-to-day. I couldn't relate to the people they let work in that place. Gave me leadership positions cause I loved on myself. Evaluated performances and asked for some help. Kept my attitude in check cause I was slight on some debt. But my soul was deep drowning in that water like kelp. I'm too far from finished. Hoopla, get you hit in your jaw defended. Pick a place in production and mission and I end it. If you ever hit it thinking about this shit again, had a couple struggles, I can't lie, let it get me, but depression is a luxury. Learn that from 50, can't afford the tomfoolery or the Jerry antics. I don't do the pussy shit or the mouth rambling. Father of two, no more room up in my mansion. Even though my son's out here asking what's happening, I'm unlocking the door, tapping into a beast who drooling through the withdrawals. Had to feel all that heat, I couldn't lean on the wall. Busy being a beam of support, I couldn't create a team for support. Now I'm too stretched and I'm barely chasing dreams with remorse. Cause I never trusted others with the source. Cause everybody holler about the team. But what are you standing on inside your regime? It's only directed to the ones in slick schemes. So if you ain't on that shit, you shouldn't be worried about a thing. It's always attached when you connect the dots. In God's hallways, he asked about all of the ops and opportunities you took just to have you a spot. In this immunity you kept from your actions and not being reflective. You not helping, you just stalling. You can run till you nauseous, but you better keep cautious. Cause they watching. You just stalling. You can run till you nauseous.
We do runbacks around here.
Consciousness and intelligence are very different things. You don't have to be smart to suffer, but you probably do have to be alive. Consciousness has less to do with pure intelligence and more to do with our nature as living and breathing organisms.
Look, been a cool nigga, never tried to be in the way. But the gift that God gave me had me all in their face. Why that simple job paid me for my day-to-day. I couldn't relate to the people they let work in that place. Gave me leadership positions cause I loved on myself. Evaluated performances and asked for some help. Kept my attitude in check cause I was slight on some debt. But my soul was deep drowning in that water like kelp. I'm too far from finished. Hoopla, get you hit in your jaw defended. Pick a place in production and mission and I end it. If you ever hit it thinking about this shit again, had a couple struggles, I can't lie, let it get me, but depression is a luxury. Learn that from 50, can't afford the tomfoolery or the Jerry antics. I don't do the pussy shit or the mouth rambling. Father of two, no more room up in my mansion. Even though my son's out here asking what's happening, I'm unlocking the door, tapping into a beast who drooling through the withdrawals. Had to feel all that heat, I couldn't lean on the wall. Busy being a beam of support, I couldn't create a team for support. Now I'm too stretched and I'm barely chasing dreams with remorse. Cause cause I never trusted others with the source. Cause everybody holler about the team. But what are you standing on inside your regime? It's only directed to the ones that slick schemes. So if you ain't on that shit, you shouldn't be worried about a thing. It's always attached when you connect the dots. In God's hallways, he ask about all of the ops and opportunities you took just to have you a spot. In this immunity you kept from your actions and not being reflective. You not helping, you just stalling. You can run till you nauseous, but you better keep cautious, cause they watching. You just stalling. You can run till you nauseous, but you better be cautious, cause they watching. For real.
You can't be serious. Let's start with experiences of the world around us. Now, imagine being a brain. You're locked inside a bony skull trying to figure what's out there in the world. There's no light.
You want to talk about it?
That's what we here for.
Listen, that's what we here for. I wish I could pull up Chat GPT. I'm gonna try to pull up Chat GPT really fast, unless you got the fast answer already. I remember a couple days ago we got on the phone together, and I don't know how we end up bringing up the concept of ego. And
Right.
according to Chat GPT, ego is your sense of self. It's how you see yourself, your identity, and your importance. And then we go to this album, right? And it
Mhm.
just so happened to be titled Ego and System. This is my first time clicking on this, hearing this, you know what I'm saying,
It's
whatsoever.
beautiful.
You feel what I'm saying? So I really want to ask you, compare it to this album and compare it to the definition of ego. Your sense of self is how you see yourself, your identity. If you can let people like know what is your ego and how do you see yourself, John West?
So, and I speak in reference to the album as well. I'm gonna talk about the album concept and then I'll break it down. So,
Thank you.
ecosystem, um, is two words. Ecosystem. That album, I guess the breakdown of that concept is that if you spend too much time worrying about the wrong things or worrying about things that don't serve you, you will build a quote unquote ego system to protect who you think you are. The thing is, who you think you are versus what you're actually doing on a day to day basis will forever conflict if they're not aligned. But your brain will tell you that you're doing what you're supposed to do because you're saving self. Um, so like when you look at everything, I guess when you take a step back and you zoom out and you see like the role that your ego plays in just making sure that you feel good about what you're doing, if you're not careful, if you're not consistent with holding yourself accountable, you can build a system that will start to justify the bullshit behind your actions, if there is any. So you have to be careful, but you also have to first address the fact that the only reason you're trying to justify your actions is because you're trying to maintain your sense of self-importance. So when you apply that to me, um, it's really like, and like I said, coming from being an outsider, like not being from Jacksonville, something that has always been on my mind is how can I contribute to this community? Everything that I've ever taken time to build is honestly been an answer to that question. I think when we take it all the way back to like when I first got here, that was my initial question. How can I contribute to this community? And, you know, always trying to make sure that I'm doing what needs to be done and not really having a, I guess, a pure sense of self, getting attached to, you feel me, things that come along with the territory, things like clout, things like influence, things like, I guess fame would be a more accurate word. Things like fame, getting attached to that. If you're not careful, you feel me, you really put yourself in a position to where you're constantly trying to prove something. And then what happens naturally begins to become performative. And I think that is what the ego system does. It transitions your understanding of self-importance from being self-maintenance to it being performative, so that you maintain a level of notoriety or a level of quote unquote fame. So this whole album is me addressing myself for being too attached to the fame, but then also addressing what needs to be done in order for me to stay level-headed. And if you listen to this project from beginning to end, it's literally a process of me going from, okay, I gotta be this, I gotta be this, I gotta be this, because I want this, I want this, I want this, to realizing the only reason that I was invited is because I was comfortable with just being myself rather than being what they needed it to be. The thing is that ego system or that ego will have you thinking that you need to do X, Y, and Z to maintain a certain level of notoriety, to maintain a certain level of respect. But they don't respect the fame. They respect who you are as a person. And this was, you feel me? This is me acknowledging that. So to answer that first question, where is my ego now? It's definitely just accepting the fact that I will forever be who I am and continuing to move in a way that properly represents that, because it's the sense of self that I'm trying to establish, not the sense of self-importance. Do you understand what I mean by the difference in those two?
Man, that's a bar, man. That's powerful, dog. That's powerful. I do, and trust me, I like to watch my own interviews, so I'm definitely gonna replay that back a few times. Now, speaking of time, I do want
Amen.
to be respectful of your time, and there is
Hold
a
on,
few
Shy
questions.
Will in this motherfucker. Wait a minute. Hold on
He
now.
got
Hold
plenty of
on.
time. He got
Hold on.
plenty
You
of
know what I
time,
mean?
JoJo.
Look.
He got
Can't
plenty
talk
of
to her.
time.
My brother in this motherfucker.
Hey, all right. If you say we got plenty of time, then hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's,
Like John West said, man, let the cards fall where they lay. You
Let the
feel me?
chips fall
amen.
where they lay. You hear me?
Hey, what's good, Shot Will, man? Do you want to introduce yourself, or you feel like the crowd already know who you is?
Nah.
Nah, man. Nah,
I'm just playing.
man.
You right. This is John West interview. You right.
Shad ain't finna get no proper introduction, because this nigga brought me into the live mid-sentence. Ain't even let me know niggas was listening. You not finna get no proper introduction, my nigga.
Yes,
Look,
sir. Hey,
oh man, they know
look.
who
I'm
he
about
is,
to say
man.
we got the look, man. No filter with John West. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you ain't even know what's happening. It just jumped in. But nah, you already know it's Shy Will, man. You know what I'm saying? Better known as Fresh. So yeah. He in here.
Yes, sir.
Y'all boys funny, but hey, I already told John Wayne. This is our first time like on a recorded call. I'm like, bro, you is so silly, bro. He been making me smile this whole time, dog. It's crazy. But
Dog,
now
he's a
let me ask
funny
you a
man.
serious question. Let me
I'm
ask you a serious
serious.
question though, John West. I do got to ask you a serious question. You know what I'm saying? Because we got some audience members who like that serious stuff. We really want to know like what are your thoughts on the Jacksonville Underground, bro?
There's a lot of people trying to be first, and not enough people trying to be thorough. And I think we're just seeing a lot of spikes and falls from people's attempts to be first rather than to be thorough. And that's kind of where that's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing consistent efforts of wanting to be seen rather than I don't even want to say understood, because I understand, people, everybody ain't gonna explain. I mean, everybody ain't gonna understand you, but like I feel like that shit matters. The message that you're conveying, whether or not it's being consumed, and then once it is consumed, like what effect is it having on the people? I just feel like it stops at wanting to be consumed, and it never just goes further than like the effect that it's having on the people. So like there's a lot of it's like motherfuckers are starting a lot of startup businesses, but then when you take a look at the reports at the top of next year, when you look at your fiscal year, it kind of just stops right there. If it hit and it made some money, we're gonna keep doing that until the hype die down. But if it don't, it's like motherfuckers just moving on to the next thing. And so I feel like that's a goddamn that's a paradox of trying
Ooh.
to put someone in that position, but then constantly looking for something else to goddamn make up for it when it's not getting the quote unquote reaction that they feel it deserves. So there's a big misunderstanding between being first and being thorough here. And I'm just seeing a lot of that.
I want to take this a different way, but I'm not going to do that because even though I heard your lyrics, you said on one of your bars, you was like, if you're not first, then you're trash or whatever Ricky said. I think it went like that, or you said if you're not.
That's
Hey,
exactly what I said.
hey, so I'm not going to take it there, dog.
Non-recyclable.
What you
You say
said,
what?
Sean?
I said non-recyclable. My bad. I'm just adding in.
Nah,
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 for
I ain't gonna
sure.
take it there. I ain't gonna take it there with him, bro. I'm gonna switch gears with him because I just because this is the stuff that's happening in my head. Like I'm witnessing the underground thrive. Like the fact that we're on collab Monday and I have John West as well as Shad Will here in the same place. That just lets you know the magnitude of the city moving in a sense on one accord. Now you may have some people that still think we're in the 1980s and 1990s and this is a crab in a bucket, city and whatnot. Like, and John West, I just kind of want you to like shed light on some of the collabs that you have already had, and then we're going to talk about the collabs that you want to happen in the future. But let's shed some light on some of your previous collabs. Could you start name dropping a little bit if it's okay?
Strictly for songs? That's
Man,
what
we
you're talking
talking
about?
songs and production, songs and production.
Okay. So I got a weird story. Long story short, born in Georgia, raised in Chicago, and I kind of been maturing down here in Florida. Um, I came back to Jacksonville in 2020, and since then, um, I think my first ever real song that was recorded and dropped here was a song called Rumble. Um,
Crazy.
to date, my highest streaming song. Like I have not beat that motherfucker. I personally feel like I've made better tracks, but like when it comes to traction, Rumble has made the most noise online. And I guess in person as well, because niggas be knowing the song. But like Rumble was Jay Walker, not the artist, uh,
Mhm.
Jaron Walker. He plays saxophone. His producer name is Jay Walk. I popped it off with him. Um, After Jay Walk, my good brother Skip. He
Shout out Skip.
yeah, shout out Skip, the underground producer for real. Man, that nigga done housed so much music, dog. Like so much has been made in his studio. But he was just locked in. I met him through Ryan Rose, who was also another phenomenal producer, and a live drummer as well. Ended up just pushing up over to that boy crib, and we've been building. After Skip, I think that's when I really started to like, started like kind of like move around as far as production goes. Um, that's when you got your names like OG Greg. You feel me? You feel me? That's when Brits come in.
OGG.
You feel me? My boy Flint Withers, who produced that whole project. Um, and you see Flint Withers. Who else I got? Because I've been real closeted with my album production. Like my features, a lot of the people that I've ran into just came from other people bringing beats to me and then me building relationships with those producers moving forward. So you got my boy Voodoo who produced the whole Trial by Fire top to bottom. Um, who else I've been working with production wise? Damn, on top of my head, I can't even really think about it. But them, so you got
Marco
Jaywalk.
Danil. I mean, like, right?
Oh,
No.
Marco for sure. Marco for sure. Um, who do you have in mind so that you're not grading my response?
No, I'm not grading your response at all whatsoever. It's just like because you is the reason why I did a whole magazine cover. Once again, I always try to give credit to the blueprint, right?
Yes,
Shaw
sir.
Will is the blueprint on some things, but you are the blueprint of me reaching out to Marco Danil and even doing like a magazine cover. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of like share with people who Marco Danil is. So I just want to, that's why I
And
just want to give him a shout out.
No, big time for Marco. I met him through John B. A Smirk Lord's House, a good bit of that collaboration.
Shout out Smirk.
You feel me? God damn, I don't know why I'm drawing blanks right now, dog. But so that I guess leading up to now, that would be a majority of the production that I've got on. So you got Jaywalk, Ryan, Voodoo, Flint, Skip, Freddie, OG. Shout out Lil Midas. Shout out to my boy Self. Self the Apprentice might be his IG. I did I got of course I got hella work with that boy Poncho. Who else I got work with?
You got any work with Mecca? Wait a minute. Y'all got any work
I
together or
got
no?
some work with Mecca, but I don't believe a lot of it is out. I don't believe a good bit of it is out. I think it's a couple songs out. And that's a great segue into, you feel me, like the features as far as like the people that I've been working with. So you take it all the way back. I was really on some solo dolo shit because I ain't know nobody, but then I also had a point to prove individually. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is what I be on, this is what I can contribute, da 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 da. But yeah, man, I mean we take it all the way back. We got to take it all the way back to Smirk Lords for real. That was the first collaborative environment that I've been in. And there I met Shad Will. I met that boy Eclipse, aka Jasper, Big Homie. That's back when Take Notes was getting groovy. And so many other artists that came through there. People like Jay Ryan came in the future. My dog Ken Clarks, he an underground singer, but that boy hella talented. I done did shit with Rap G, Surmaze, Kale.
What
Who
about
else I done
Sunny?
did shit with?
Sunny?
Sun D or Sunny Storm? Which one?
Ooh, that's crazy. Like, have you worked with both of them or just
Both,
just
yeah, both of them.
how about this? Let me ask you this because I don't want to get it like because like you're saying some really great names and I want people to have to like rewind this. You know what I'm saying to catch everybody you're saying. So instead of me saying who all you work with, give me some artists that you want to collab with in the future that you haven't, you know what I'm saying, worked with. I want to hear those. You know what I'm saying? Who do you want to collab with? You know what I'm saying? In the future, who you haven't collabed with so far.
But I've done a good bit of work. Um, but like officially, like to have collaborations, I definitely feel like me and that nigga Bricks got some work to do. Outside of Bricks, it's a youngin that's coming up right now with so much energy. He actually got one of my favorite Duval songs. His name is KLD. KLD Ben Him might be his Instagram. That boy Akia, another artist that's coming up right now, somebody I always wanted to work with. Who else we got? Who else we got out here? Damn, it's so many names. So yeah, as far as like if I
Any
had to,
woman artists? Any woman artists?
I mean, I was gonna say, so I got like I got a few tracks with women artists. As of right now, my favorite to collab with is Kenzie, cause she just unreal. Let me see, Kenzie. What you doing? Mecca Y Asia is an amazing artist that I'm actually getting ready to collab with. We got tracks on the way. It's a girl that be rapping. I'm trying to remember her name. Lord Jesus, and she fired too. I feel like her name might be
Is it you talking about Alana?
I was just
yes,
thinking that, bro.
Alana.
Bro,
No,
I was
Alana.
thinking that, dog. That's crazy. Like, how
Yeah.
we all thinking the same
One of
thing,
the
dog. That's crazy,
hardest.
dog.
No,
That's one of the hardest. Not even
her
like female rappers. One of the
right.
hardest.
She
Clip
one of
that.
my favorite, bro.
All
My
right,
girl
I'm
put me
done.
on, dog. Bro, I be playing Call of Duty to her music, bro. Like for
Do
real, for real.
you know Simone?
I don't,
Simone tough.
unfortunately.
Simone
Light skin
tough too.
Simone? My God, dude. Shot it different.
Yeah, I'm talking about
What
on the
what about
poetry
Destiny?
and the
What about Destiny the Great, bruh?
Destiny the Great, that's my dog. We definitely got some shit that we need to cook up. I met her through that boy Eli's story.
Shout out Eli.
That's a major shout out to Eli. Um, he kind of put me on. I had been watching her movement for a little while, but she got a nice little vibe. I feel like we could cook up some goddamn. Feel like we can like if me and her get
Poetic
on the track,
justice
that should be
almost.
like right. Like if me and her get on the track, I feel like that should be if Kanye and No Name got on the track together.
Mm.
Like that would be the vibe.
Bro, you talking that talk, dog. Can I ask you a tough question, John West, if it's okay?
You know
And
what?
then,
From this moment forward, bro, only ask me tough questions.
yes, sir. Give me your top 5 Jacksonville songs.
Let me see what I got. So I got to start that bitch off with "Punctual" by Shy Will. He got a feature on there that is ridiculous. But yeah,
tough feature.
Punctual is it might be my most played song as of recent, man. Shout out to that boy King Carlo. Shy Will introduced me to him. Definitely all soul. Like I ain't seen nothing that he did that was light. And if it is light, it's only light at that moment because niggas ain't really figured out what song to put on it at that time. You know what I'm saying? But like, so Punctual, Shy Will, it's a song called Run by that boy KLD who I was telling you about. Um, Kia got a song on his new album, Still Growing. Shout out Kia. It's called Refinement, featuring that boy Mercy and somebody named Kayla. She actually from up north. Her sister name is Czar, XAR. So you definitely tap in with Czar. She produce and sing. Shorty is fire. I ain't gonna lie. Recent drops and because it's recent and it has worked its way into my favorite says a lot about this shit. That nigga Bricks got a song called Silent Summers featuring Cole, featuring Cartier Cole is with, and he popped the album off with that bitch. Like that is my shit right now.
Shout out Cartier Cole.
And that song just got that energy. That nigga Freddie it's the architect. You know what I'm saying? So he know how to build. He know how to build that world. Like when that shit come on, I feel like if I close my eyes and open my eyes back up, nigga, I'm gonna be in a completely different place. Like nigga, the world gonna be black and white. Everything gonna be close up in the fish cam. You know what I'm saying? Like he really do that shit. And then last but not least, man, I hate to do this because it's I hate to do this and I hate to be that guy, but it's who I am, bro. That nigga Jay Ryan got a song called Everything that I'm also on.
Yeah.
That's my shit, man. It represents a lot of who I am and what I'm trying to do, but then it's also just a song for the people, just to remind them, you feel me, that all of their power lies within. Like you are literally everything that you need to be. If you sit back and you think about the climate of the world and like how everybody is kind of processing what it means to have class or to be a part of a certain group, like there's a lot of people telling you that you don't have, and there's a lot of different venues and there's a lot of different, you feel me, opinions flying around to remind niggas of what they're not doing and what they don't have. So I was just being very intentional about just letting niggas know, like, bro, you are everything that you need to be. Because motherfuckers are not gonna come ask you whether or not you like if people are actual fans of your movement and what you're trying to put out, they're not gonna come ask you about they're not gonna come ask you about how many albums that you have if the X amount that you already got out are already doing what they need to do for them. I feel like that's just when you're scaling it on the business level or when you're scaling it from an administrative standpoint. But if we're talking strictly about the art and the way that it touches the people, like you literally have everything that you need to be. That scale shit just comes in when you start comparing yourself, you feel me, to the quote unquote players that's already in the game right now.
Is that song? Is it one that go like we
Yes, sir.
we are? We are everything to me. I ain't trying to sing, dog. Yes, sir. Dang, man. Like, I'm gonna say one thing and I'm gonna play a song. I know people say, the best way to make a song is to make it hummable. If you can hum it,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's gonna let you know that it's something that could be like listened to over and over again. Like it's humming. You know, it's like babies and stuff like that, soothing. Or like if you make a song that's hummable, basically you got a hit. If that makes sense.
Right.
We are everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's one of them
Video,
ones.
music video out on YouTube right now. Make sure you go get that.
Oh
Hey
yeah,
man.
definitely got to tap in with that, man. And Sean Will, bro, are we doing our interview directly afterwards, or do you want to like have your interview like merge in, like you know what I'm saying? Because technically, me and John West's interview is technically done for right now. I'm gonna play the punctual, of course, but did you? Because I'm gonna ask some more questions. I don't know if you got time for it, but this would be more so off of the John West quote unquote interview. If that makes sense. If I ask him another question, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
the
I'm with
John
it.
West interview. It'd be more so me just wanting to know because I'm curious. If that makes sense.
I'm with it.
Okay, because due to time, John West, like you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have to chop this up, and it's already 50 minutes in, and I don't like making videos that's longer than an hour because it'll take a long time for me to chop it up. If that makes sense.
No, it does perfectly.
And this is not our last time having an interview. You feel me? So this is we got some good stuff like that we're gonna clip up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, before I keep talking, I'm gonna go ahead and play this punctual. This is the Shard Will featuring John West punctual, and we talking about practice. Let me know if y'all can hear it. I mean, of course you can't hear it
Yeah,
right now, but
don't be
there we go.
bothered by the slow dance. My pace will piss a pussy off. I polish niggas' programs, they falling back. Mad cause I don't move on they speed. I mean, they mad cause I don't want what they need. I step cause I got things locked down. Rapping animal, I know you been around, but I ain't seen your face in boy. Yeah, don't be bothered by the slow dance. My pace will piss a pussy off. I polish niggas' programs, they falling back. Mad cause I don't move on they speed. I mean, they mad cause I don't want what they need. I step cause I got things locked down. Rapping animal, I know you been around, but I ain't seen your face in boy. I've been in town, I'm trying to rectify. Set a sucker free is with the haste, I won't be next in line. First one out the three, I take the gold and everything inside. We don't like your conduct. 10 toes talking truth, I travel light in triumph. Niggas hate the obvious. Man, freedom and redemption, all I speak from my esophagus. I know I'm with this shit, so I be cool. They know what time it is. My timing could never be off. Division excellence, so excellence is my resolve. I peep a thread and hit upon, but yes, it's over, dog. Especially if we showing up to practice, trying to give it all.
Man, look, I hear you. It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too. But we talking about practice, man.
Yeah, check my temperature. I'm hot, your flame is miniature. Lately I've been stacking up my integers, expenditures. Was a good guy, but now the plot getting sinister. Good vibes, all that I administer, let's minister. You get fried on them lines, boy, you a catfish. I ain't joking in my city, really going back shit. Losing all that money while you hustle, that's a backflip. You be tweaking on the pussy, saying the name is catnip. So do your chin-ups. I've been hustling all week just to get my rent up. I can tell you hating by the way your face been up. We can do business, just make sure the check print up. When your face been up, we can do business, just make sure the check print up. When your face been up, we can do business, just make sure the check print up.
Piss a pussy off.
Like as much as I want to like hear that for the second time, I gotta make an announcement. 1 second. We're live and stuff like that, but I'm about to cut the live off, okay, and then we're gonna be able to talk real quick. All right, Shot Will. Oh,
Yes, sir.
you couldn't hear me. I'm about to cut the live off. Hey, till next time, y'all. I'm about to cut the live off, and then I'm gonna say something, and then we're gonna get back on live, Shot Will, and then we're gonna start our interview, okay?